G'day and welcome to video 3. And in this one we're going to cover the basics, hopefully in less than 5 minutes. So just a very quick recap. In videos 1 and 2 we looked at Claude, we looked at how to download the desktop app, and if you've been successful in those 2 previous videos and you've logged in with an email or your Google account, you will have gone through some very basic questions, ticked a few boxes, user agreements and things like that, and you will be now in an environment like this. This is the desktop app. This is not the web browser version. If you need to go back and recap, they're very short, each 2-minute videos on how to find it, download it, install it. Third video, this is where we are. So you're going to see the screen. Now, just prior to this, you would have been shown some paid plans and free plans. I'm going to talk about that more than likely in the next video. I do recommend you take a paid plan, and we'll see why in a minute. The free plan, it doesn't do the majority of things that we're going to be covering in this video series. Having said that, check in your currency where you are. Like, I can show you shortly the pricing. I personally use the max plan. That's $200 for 20 times the output US dollars. That's not to everyone's liking or appetite. I use it a lot. So like, I'm not promoting that you do that. There's no affiliate links here either, in case you're wondering. Anthropic don't do that. But just the basic plan, I think it's something like 20 US dollars. That's going to get you like Claude code and other functions that are really essential if we're going to utilize the AI to make us more efficient and do some real strong tasks for us. But for the time being, this is the free version if you don't want to commit to anything. But I do recommend it because you're just not going to get the maximum by having free plans with AI. Okay, and like, it's not a scam. And to be honest, if you don't have 20 bucks to invest in your business to get multiple returns, then these videos are probably not going to be for you, and you probably need to switch off and find something else. That aside, let's now look at the layout. So we're going to be covering a lot of this in more detail. You have home, which is the chat area, and you have code. If I click on this, you'll see that essentially we need to upgrade to a paid plan. So we're going to cover that in later videos where we use paid plan, and I'll show you what it's capable of. Now, just very briefly, you start here, a new chat, but you'll see also a new chat here. You can start typing any questions or what you want it to do. This little button here is where you can pull other models. So the main flagship model at the moment is Fable 5. You need to be on a paid plan. To get that, you need to be on Pro. Opus 5, you need to be on Pro. That's the latest secondary model from Anthropic. Sonnet 5 will run on the free. Haiku 4.5 will run on the free. Now here, effort. Low, medium, high, extra, max, and thinking you can toggle on and off. We will get into more detail on what all of these mean and how they affect the outputs. But essentially you will see here, I've got medium. If you go to high, extra, max, it's just going to use more tokens. Like, the output is not necessarily going to be any different. It's the speed to the result is what's going to eat your tokens. So if you want to like not be that bothered, go low. Default is medium. If you want to go high, extra, max, just bear in mind that you're going to use more tokens. And more models, you can go to the lower versions, the Anthropic models like 4.8, Opus 4.74, but you need to, again, you need to be on paid plan. The Sonnet you can use up here at version 5. You can, if you want, prefer to go to 4.6. Again, in later videos we'll get into more about what that means. Okay, so you can do chat. You can also here press this and you can speak, you can talk. Now you can generally talk faster than you can type. I always use speech. I always use also a plugin called Whisperflow. You don't need it, not promoting that either. You can use press and hold and record and talk to the AI. It's just quicker than typing, and I find it a lot easier, but your personal preference. So that's chat. You can click here co-work as well. That's more functionality, but again, you have to upgrade, so we're going to be covering that in later videos as well. These are just prompts to help you with the chat, write, learn, code, live stuff, Claude's choice. We'll get into that. Now, projects, what you can do in projects, like a folder structure essentially, if you're going to ask multiple questions, have multiple chats within Claude, you create a project. This is also good for the AI because you can give it instructions. You can create a new project here, a description, and you can use folders and create projects. You can also give it context, you can give it files, and it's just a really good way of organizing specific subjects. You might just want to talk about a specific contract or clauses of contract. You can organize it. This is really what it's all about. Artifacts and customize we're going to come on to later. I think that's probably enough. This video is now getting into 6 minutes. I want to keep all of these short and sweet and to the point. So we're going to click on here, new. There are other functions down here as well. We're getting to settings, language, help, upgrade, extensions, learn more, and log out. Log out is obvious. We don't need to talk about that. But I'm going to just call up now the upgrade plan before we switch off, and then in the next video we're going to look more into some of this functionality, and probably by video 5 we're actually going to start using the AI to show you some sample runs, what you can do, what the outputs are, how you best guide it, those kind of things. So let's just click on upgrade, and you will see here free. This is what I've currently got. Chat on web, generate code and visualize data, connect Slack, extend thinking, built-in web search. Very limited, to be perfectly frank with you. I'm going to click on here monthly because no one really wants to do yearly. If you do, then you get savings, obviously 13% from a cash flow view. Personally, I don't think it's worth it, but that's your choice. It's not advice, obviously. Now the Pro plan AED, I'm based in the Emirates, is $74 a month. So that's, it's roughly $20 I think, if you converted it. Everything in free, and look, you can use Claude Code directly in your code base. You can get code there. We're not going to go there in these simple videos. We'll get that in the more advanced as to how you do it in your terminal and everything else. But easy functionality in the desktop, it's absolutely okay. You can use co-work, you can use Claude Design. We're going to push that to one side. That's not really for us. QS is something that we need to worry about right now. You get higher usage limits, more access to models like the Fable and the Opus that we looked at earlier, and memory that carries across conversation. You can then go further, max, you get 5 times or 20 times. I use the 20 times. You can, I think the 5 times is $100 US, and that what I use is the 20 times, that's 200 US per month. But it's again, don't think of it in terms of an expense. This is really an ROI. This is equivalent to like multiple people working for you. The amount of work that you're going to get done is just phenomenal, and we'll get into that. So back here, the only other one that I want to cover now under settings is memory. So just very briefly, what we did here is, if the lower left you click and you come to settings, or you can do Control plus, and just here the last one, we're going to get into all of this, don't worry. The last one here, memory, you really want to toggle that on. What that does is it allows the AI to essentially like store what you're talking to it about in its memory, and then it learns from that and it's able to recall from that. If you don't do that, you're starting from scratch every single time, which is not really the object of the exercise. You want the AI to get to know you, you want it to learn about you, and once you toggle that on, you can actually import data from other providers. So if you want to export your ChatGPT conversations, for example, you can import it into Claude, and then all the previous conversation and the context around that and everything else is imported and available to this AI. Again, we're going to get into more details of what all of that means. You can also add context down here, further down, if you see where and it will put it into memory. But we're going to get more into the detail of that, what we do with like skills and project instructions and things, so that the AI can reference. You give it context. We're certainly going to be looking, excuse me, at all of that going forward. So I want to leave it there. It's getting a bit long. See you in the next one.